Okay, I might be on because I forgot this new way that I stream. Hello, how are you all out there? Hope all is going well. This is your goddess guru, Tyra Omilade, just hopping on for a few minutes because I wanted to share with you all a couple of things that just came to my mind to tell you about. And y'all know that I'm all about sharing the wisdom and the knowledge to help keep you on the straight and narrow path to self realization, knowing the truth of who you are. You're wonderful. You're great. As well as helping you on your path to or sharing whatever you need on your path to self mastery, which is mastering your gifts and your talents. So I wanted to just remind you all that this week, already Saturn has turned retrograde. Pluto turned retrograde right at the end of April. Saturn is going retrograde or went retrograde on Sunday, and Venus goes retrograde tomorrow. So, and then the day after Venus goes retrograde, Jupiter goes retrograde. So, what does that mean? That means that we're in a period of slowing down, reevaluating some things. Um, it's going to be a mutable time also astrologically because um, Gemini is a mutable sign. And so, of course, Venus is there. The sun will be going there. Mercury is actually in Gemini too. And so, if you don't know about the different, a lot of times people sort of like, I know what Gemini is about, Geminis do this and Geminis do that or whatever. But how can you use the energy of Gemini to make your life better? That's really my goal with astrology. I just want to make sure I'm on. It says live, so I'm just going to keep going with. And so, what I think that people need to understand is first and foremost, everybody has an inner Gemini. All right. You can access your inner Gemini. Okay, good. Thank you. You can access your inner Gemini at any time. And so, one of the qualities of Gemini is that it's a mutable sign, which means it can improve a thing. You use the mutability of Gemini to take something, maybe to take a concept, and how can you make this better? And that is how we move forward in life. That's how we move forward in the goals that we're working on. And so even right now, especially with Jupiter going retrograde too, some of us are going to be thinking back like, okay, I know I started the year out with whatever kind of goals. And so am I going to continue with these goals, or is there some improvement, something I can tweak about these goals? Or, with so many planets going retrograde at the same time, we'll be able to look back and say, huh, I wonder, it'll give us an opportunity to stop and see, did I miss an opportunity that will improve the situation? And I can go back and remember that we cannot always just be go, 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 go. That's not what success is about. That's not how we move forward in life. And so, we have a week where the energy is shifting and changing. Mercury moved into Gemini. We have planets going retrograde. Mars is even going into Pisces. It'll be there for 6 weeks. And then after it goes into Aries, it'll be there for the rest of the year, y'all. Y'all better get your Aries house in order. Because guess what? Mars gonna get you in order with that Aries house. All right. So, what I want to tell y'all, I posted it on my community tab here. And if you're following me on Instagram, it's there too. Goddess BMS on Instagram. Um, there is a course that I created because I am realizing for me, it's not, I don't want to just hear a reading. I want to take it and do something with it. And so, what I have learned through journaling using astrology, and what I mean by journaling is I find out what is the astrology saying, and then I come up with a game plan for how I'm going to work with the energy. This is how I figured it out, taking astrology classes and other people's courses, and they have a written component. They're not just talking, they have a written component to it. And it's like you journal out beforehand, and it's like it's not like your subconscious, your ori, whatever you want to call it, your higher self picks up on the game plan, and whether you all the time consciously know or not, it will unfold, it will manifest, it'll pick up whatever the strategy was that you came up with, or whatever the goal was that you set. This is the importance of writing it down. I don't know if Erica Badu actually said this, but she said, write it down and watch shit happen. I really believe that. All right. And so um, I just encourage you to consider buying what I have created for you, which is a Venus retrograde course. Now, y'all know I always throw in a little bit of Orisha in there or whatever, because I'm not just like pure. I'm a fusion. I'm very mutable. All right. I'm a Pisces sun. So I have a lot of mutability. I feel like and I see all the different languages of the different spiritual traditions and divination systems, and I'm able to blend them, and I understand all the languages, so I'm able to kind of like make a mesh together. Because who loves working with Oshun, right? I do. And I find my way, one of my best ways of working with Oshun is through following what is Venus doing. And so I created a Venus retrograde course. You will see the link. I'll eventually put it in the description box of this video, but you'll see it on my community tab, how to buy it. Y'all, I'm not even charging a lot of money for this, $11.11. But it will be the best $11.11 you ever invested. Um, just because Venus retrograde is so important to us. I mean, just think about Venus, or if you want to think about her as Oshun, Heteru, Urza Lee, Saraswati. This energy has to do with manifesting. It has to do with our relationships, our appearance, our self-worth, our self-value. And you mean to tell me if she changes what she's doing, which means she's going to start moving backwards, we think that's not going to affect us? Oh, it's going to affect us. But she's not doing this to make us trip, make us fall, make us lose our way. She's doing it because she's like, you know what? We have been racing through the zodiac for the last year and a half or so. It's time for us to just put a pause on it and let's see what can we do. Because y'all, there's another aspect to this. It's going to happen closer to the end of the month, which is planets going visible. So essentially, Venus is getting ready to be reborn. She has been, um, uh, when was the last time she was invisible? Anywho, when a planet is about to go invisible, it's sort of like she's in a waning phase. So she'll go invisible, go into the underworld because you can't see her. Basically, it just means that she's close to the sun. You won't be able to see her in the sky during this time. And it'll be for a couple of weeks. And then she'll get reborn again. Okay. So this is an opportunity for us to put a pause on what are we manifesting? How are we feeling about ourselves, our relationships, our creative endeavors? She's like, y'all, look, let's stop. Let's reset. Let's just, how sometimes we just like, you know what? I just need a reset. Okay. She's getting a reset. Her energy is going to be lower, slower. So don't worry about it. She's coming back. She's gonna be feisty when she come back, though. She's gonna be feisty. But so get ready. Us women folk, us born in these feminine bodies, we gonna be a little more feisty when she comes back. But I talk about this in the class, the Venus retrograde class. It's a video. It has a journal guide, and I even put in suggestions for remedies and rituals. Okay, so because it first and foremost, it matters that it's Venus. Then it matters that it's retrograde, and then it matters that it's in the sign of Gemini. And the question is, what area of life is this going to happen in for you? The other thing I want to tell y'all is I last year, right around this time, made a video about Saturn retrograde. You know, folks don't really talk about when Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto, all that. They don't talk about it too much because they stay retrograde for so long. They don't really affect our personal lives like Mars and Venus and Mercury do when they go retrograde. Um, but just I related it to the energy of Sekert. If you know the Metuneter, you know the name Sekert. Okay, it's an one of the Neter, one of the deities, and so um, I talked about Saturn retrograde and related it to Sekert. I am going to put that in my community tab. I'm going to share that in my community tab, and I want to encourage you to look at that video so that you can perhaps see some of the things that I talked about that I'm looking at the video like, I said this. This is good. I need this today. Because it's not specific to that particular Saturn retrograde. It's pretty general. So I will repost that in the community tab for you to watch so that you can use some of the wisdom of Sekert to help you during this time of Saturn retrograde. The last thing that I want to tell you about is that I am going to release a video I made a few weeks ago. It's two videos that I've made that I've struggled with whether or not I was going to release these videos. But I did a reading, and the reading said, now is the time you can do it. But I'm only releasing the very first one. It's actually a continuation of a video that I made a while ago. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even remember what the video was about. But at the end of it, it struck. I was like, oh, I need to talk about this. But I said, okay, I'll just make it in the next video, which I did, but I haven't released the video. And it's about copycat spirituality. And I want to tell y'all, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not downing anybody. I'm very, very sensitive to making sure that I only share messages that uplift you. And I'm not afraid to say what people really need to hear. Like my mama would say, I'd be wrong if I didn't tell you the truth. Um, Even if the truth makes you uncomfortable, because she would make me uncomfortable sometimes. But she would say, baby, I'd be wrong if I didn't tell you. Now, you can do what you want to. I don't care what you do, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. So I'll be wrong if I didn't tell you the truth. I'm not mad at anybody. I want to help you. I want to help you. And I'm going to tell it to you like this. The other day, I was thinking this, and for me to see somebody who I know personally make this post, and I have not talked to this person, it's because I care about this. She said in her post this morning something to the effect of, religion is for people who sort of like need to follow somebody, which I don't judge that. I will follow when I don't know. Spirituality is for people who, you don't need to follow anybody. You're going to follow what's inside of you. And it sounds very judgy. But I think that what people don't all the time understand in these spiritual streets is that when you say you're spiritual, you are assuming responsibility for your own growth. That doesn't mean you don't have a teacher, okay? Because I got a lot. But it does mean, to some certain degree, you are willing to do you, boo. That's the only way I can think of it. So when you watch the video about copycat spirituality, it is just because I understand that I just don't know if people all the time understand what it's like to be out in these spiritual streets. And I'm just putting it out there for you to think about. All right. Let me see what some people have said over here. Hello, how's everybody doing? Y'all are gorgeous. Thank you, Kayla. Hey, Monica. Yes. Hey, how are you, Jars of Life Self-Care Essentials? Y'all make sure y'all look her up. She's got some great health products for you. So yes, the course actually will be the Venus Retro course is available until May 14th. So after May 14th, 11:59 p.m., May 14th, it will go away. So yeah, I'm just real sensitive about making sure there are so many mean spiritual teachers out there, and I am not one of those. I will say that, the longer I do this and the more I talk to people, the tougher I get. But it's because I know, I'm not saying I know everything, but there are some things that I know. As we Black women say, I know that I know that I know. And I will not play around with people who are not willing to do the things that we need to do. Okay. But I'm not mean. I love everybody. And so I care even when I put out a tough message. Okay. So just wanted to get on and tell y'all that y'all are fun. I love getting on live. Hello, Golden Goddess. Look at all these goddesses. This is awesome. Alexis, Alisa, how are y'all? Hey, Laura. Wonderful. All right, everybody. Well, I am going to run. I have a meeting pretty soon, so I'm going to get off. But thank y'all so much for joining me this morning. And I'm going to be working on bringing even more stuff. I'm seeking to grow and evolve and share and share and share. Okay. All right. Well, look, today is sort of a chill day right now. The moon is in Aquarius. So get ready for some great downloads. And actually, this is a good day to be thinking about your goals, your gains, your progress. Because tomorrow is starts Venus retrograde. I don't know how it's going to be for you. I actually hope it's great for everybody, but Venus retrograde. Day after that, Jupiter retrograde. And in a way, it just sort of gets crazier from there. Let me say it that way. It just sort of gets crazier from there because we're going to go into Mercury retrograde, then we're going to go into the eclipse seasons. So this is really the beginning of a 2-month huge major shift. Okay. So y'all, I want y'all to be intentional, make some plans, or at the very least, be open. When change presents itself, embrace it. I do have an inner circle. And so what I'm going to do for the inner circle, if you're in the inner circle, is I am going to be uploading the next biggie, the eclipse course. So I will be creating an eclipse course. Any courses I create, they're always, with the exception of the workshop, the 2020 workshop, I was like, nah, this is a lot of work. It stands unto itself. But all the other courses I put in my inner circle. So if you like getting courses, if you like staying in the know, if you like getting weekly readings, because I put out extensive weekly readings and I put out a big monthly reading to give you an overview also, then it's just $25 a month. And, you can ask me questions and stuff like that. But I am going to create that eclipse course just because, y'all, typically we have two. It's typically just 2 eclipses that we have at a time. Why are we having 3? Why they did that to us, y'all? All right, y'all, I'm gonna get off. I love y'all. Y'all take care, and y'all keep me posted on how things are going. And thank you to everybody in advance who buys the Venus retrograde class. I look forward to that, and look forward to the other 2 videos that I told y'all about today. Hey, y'all, let the oracle be your guide and light. And this is your goddess guru, Tyra Omilade. I'm out. Peace, love.